Be excellent to each other and party on. We're back for another Legacy League, and today we are playing blue-white Stoneblade with no reserve list cards. In fact, we're not even playing any non-basic lands other than a few fetches. That's right, I am going to extreme deck design here. We are just playing a bunch of basics and Prismatic Vista, Flooded Strand, so we can fetch those basics, and Fabled Passage, one of my new favorite cards. This is a fetch land that can, like Prismatic Vista, get any type, but you do not have to pay life. But the card comes into play tapped unless you have 4 or more lands. So you just have to sequence to where this is your last fetch before you hit 4, or you can just fetch on turns where you weren't going to do anything. So it's still a flexible way to get your cards, and you don't need to play kind of the shock lands. You don't need to play the surveil lands, which I think are mediocre, frankly. Like, I think they're overplayed. They're good in some archetypes. Like, I like them in my Moonshadow deck, for example. But let's talk about the list, shall we? So Stoneforge Mystic can get 3 different equipment. You can get pre-war formal wear, in my opinion, the best equipment ever printed. It can get Cryptic Coat if you need a blue card to pitch to force. This is also your army in the can if you have tons of mana out and you can just take over the game with these things. And it can get Meteor Sword, first time on the channel. I love this card. I haven't gotten to play with it before. I just bought it on MTGO for like 0.001 tickets or something. It was really cheap. And it is very cool equipment from the Avatar set. So equipped creature gets +3/+3, but who cares? The real thing is when this equipment enters, destroy target permanent. It is a Vindicate on a stick. It can hit lands. It can hit anything. Flip Tamios. Let's take a look at the rest of the deck. So we've got Riddler plus Felia. Felia can, of course, flicker Stoneforge Mystic, but it's really exciting when Felia starts flickering Meteor Sword. Then you've just got your opponents in the abyss. Basically, you've got your smokestack cranked up to 1, and you're just cruising. The other cool card in here is Ang, Swift Savior, whom I may accidentally pronounce as Ong because it's how it's pronounced in Chinese. But basically, he can just push things out of the way with his airbending ability. He does also have the ability to flip and become a pretty powerful creature that has trample and reach if that comes up. And then we're playing 4 Solitude, 4 Forces, lots of interaction. We got the plows up in here, no tempo elements at all. We just don't do, other than, of course, exiling or destroying our opponent's lands. Sideboard is 2 Prismatic Ending for aggro matchups. We've got 4 Force Negations. If we go up against combo, we've got 3 Dress Downs, which are good against Construct and very good against combo that is trying to win with like a Thassa's Oracle. We've got 4 Consigned to Memory for big mana decks, which are a problem. And if we face big mana decks, we also have Back to Basics, which is going to affect them a lot more than it's going to affect our all basic land deck. We're going to play a full 5 rounds. See you in round 1. So we're up against Guard Yourself, fan of the channel. They said that we meet again. Still love the content. All right. So we're on the play. This hand's fine. Like, this has a blue source. It has white sources. It's got double plow if they're on aggro. I'm going to keep. And what we'll do here is, there's a chance we need to actually plow something. I think I'm going to lead with the plains. I could represent force or make it ambiguous with Prismatic Vista. All right. So yeah, and just in case I need to plow something, like if they're on an aggro deck, it would feel kind of silly to, like if they Tommy, I just want to plow it. I don't want, because I do need to fetch an island with this. Basically in problems. No reserve list problems. Next turn I could just riddle. I could ponder. Maybe it is correct to just ponder to manipulate our next few draws. Make sure they're good. We have the aggro dimension covered. It would be nice to get a Force of Will, but I wouldn't want to pitch Quantum Riddler unless they're doing something unfair over there. Which, if they're a fan of my channel, like I play combo like maybe 1 in every 50 leagues would be like a Lurin. I think I played Omnitel once. Didn't have fun with that. All right. I think this is just plains pass. Yeah, once I have more information, I'll be able to make decisions. But like most of the meta is creature oriented, and I like the kind of like forward movement of removing a threat. I am hyped to be playing some more no reserve list action on the channel. Opponent is on maybe no reserve list too. Very cool. Somebody reached out to me and they said that we should consider having like a no reserve list tournament, which would be freaking insane if somebody wants to organize that. I don't really have time to do that. I also wanted to start like a no reserve list Discord, but I don't really want to manage a Discord. If somebody wants to create one and just invite me, let me know. I have more than 50 videos of me playing different no reserve list brews on the channel. This might be eliciting a force here, which is fine. It's a 2-for-1. Okay, we're in. Stoneforge Mystic 2026. Yeah, baby. Let's go get... I mean, I think it's a good chance to get pre-war, which is almost always good. Yeah, I think I'm going to get pre-war just in case they push this somehow. I mean, it doesn't do anything yet, but it will later. We have a lot of creatures in our deck. Surely, like a Tommy or something will get countered. I mean, there was an option also to just get the army in the can there. So they are exile-based removal. So unfortunately, there isn't a target for pre-war. Okay, Wasteland. We'll find no purchase here. What? Spider-Man meme. All right, well, I'll plow this out of the way, and then I'll probably just ponder. Yeah, I think I misplayed getting this. Obviously, like now we know that they're... Yeah, Batterskull, like, we can probably slow them down enough that they're not going to get to Batterskull. I'm just going to play this out, and then I'll plow, and then I can also plow again if they force this. Okay, they didn't. Okay, they took their 2-for-1, which is what I would do in that situation. I'm going to go ahead and ponder. If I can get my hand low enough before I riddle her. Okay, there's the Felia and the force. Just in case of something crazy, I think it is correct to... Felia, she could get plowed. I need to defend her. Yeah. I will just take the force now, and next turn I'll Felia. And then I'll have a card to pitch to Felia. Yeah, this works out great. And we have plow if we need it. And I can't force knowing there's another Riddler on the way. Deck is feeling very smooth. Drawing our lands, making our land drops, finding useful interaction. Another Prismatic Vista. This could be black-white. Could just be mono-white. Blue-white. I think this is fine. I could just plow it again. They get a card out of it, but it's not that big of a deal. They got a Meteor Sword. That's a cool card that they're not going to be able to resolve, hopefully. My aim does need to be true here. I'll just do it now. Okay. On notice that Meteor Sword is going to rot in your hand just like this pre-war Formal Warrior is rotting in mine. Yeah, I'll just wait till the end step. No need to give them any further information about our intentions here. It's so nice knowing that I have another one on the top in case I have to force to defend Felia. I will defend her from exile-based removal. If they just have a way to like kill her, like force her or something, then I can just bring her right back with the pre-war, and I can force to protect the pre-war. That will slow down the arrival of Riddler by 1 turn. This is fine. They have 6 cards in hand. This is 1 card. That's fine. I think there's a very high likelihood that they have a plow here, though. They did not hit a land there. Right. All right. You're saying there's a chance? Oh, we're going to do it. I love Quantum Riddler. And if we force here, we get 2 cards. Okay. I think we're going to win this game. We even drew another Stoneforge, which I can cast post-combat, but I just don't want to do anything to jeopardize, like make myself vulnerable to, Spell Pierce, which I guess isn't represented here, but Daze. I don't think they're playing Daze. I think I am safe to go ahead and just do this. I think Meteor Sword is fine here, but they have a lot of permanents. I mean, like, I do have to... Yeah, I think I just get Cryptic Coat here, and then I have another Riddler, and I don't think we really have anything to worry about. Like, I'm loving this deck. Holy cow, this is so strong. And of course, granted, like, we're reserve list on reserve, no reserve list on no reserve list. So it's not like a huge surprise that, and we're on the play. They have 7 cards in their grip. They've got 4 lands. I definitely think that Meteor Sword, this is not a good matchup for it. Okay, they're fetching. Even if they clear one of these, we can just bring it right back. So it's a good feeling. Ponder. Okay, I'm happy that they're spending their precious mana during one of the last relevant turns in the game. Clockwise, we're doing okay. On these control on control matchups, you do need to worry about clockwise. And they are not fully no reserve list, by the way. But that's fine. You don't have to go fully no reserve list. I'm just trying to demonstrate that it's possible to go fully no reserve list and still win. And I just recorded, like, literally minutes ago before I built this deck, I recorded a trophy with no reserve list Felia. And that was before I put the Stoneforge in it. Okay. So, opponent. How crazy do we want to go here? How crazy do we want to go? I'll just do double blue here, I guess. That's what I thought. That was devastating. Oh my goodness. Now I have to win on the draw. I think Prismatic Ending's good. I don't know that I want pre-war at all. You could also put like Like a lot of times I'll just play pre-war on the sideboard if there are a lot of white decks out there because it is really bad against exile-based removal. But then like I'm playing 3 Stoneforge. I on the draw I'm going to be more control-y. I think it's fine to go down a Stoneforge and down on the equipment and just bring in 2 prismatic endings. Yeah, and don't be afraid. Like if you're taking out equipment to also take out a Stoneforge, in my humble opinion, that's totally fine. Dress down does stuff against them. It's not necessarily worth playing. Yeah, I'll just run it like this. So sometimes when I'm on the draw, I will go down a land because our mana base is like 19 freaking lands. This is pretty good. So what I'll do is I'll just Fabled Passage in the instep and get a Plains, and then yeah, this is fine. We got Aang here, tie the room together. Tamio, that I think, yeah, this is where Fabled Passage kind of sucks, frankly, is like situations where like they're going to get an extra card here because I'm playing Fabled Passage. Yeah, that is kind of humiliating, isn't it? Well, I'll just play it out and yeah, we'll plow it next turn. I might be able to ponder next turn and find something to clear it. They're definitely advantaged from here. But like this card has been really good. Like if you watch the 5-0 league that I just recorded, 5-0 blue-white, I was playing Murktide and Roiling Dragonstorm, and my theory is that this deck will be even better than that, even though that did great. I mean, it felt insane the entire league. And we just laughed at our opponent's wastelands. Okay. This is really unfortunate, this particular draw. All right. We do have Prismatic Ending in our deck. We'll find it. I'll just look around. They did get a card off this. They're up a card in the form of that Clue. Okay. Let's go get our planes. Again, the saddest planes. Oh, are they going to stifle us? Oh no, they're on the tempo thing. They're doing the Eternal Weekend thing. Yeah, I don't think it's good. Bosch and Roll doesn't think it's good. But yeah. All right, let's go find that planes. All right, that's pretty good. And we have Force to save us for a turn cycle, and then we have the Felia combo. Yeah, I'm going to do this. All right, so we'll take the Force now, and then next turn we have Plains and Prismatic Ending, and we have Force to protect it, and we should be able to clear this. Now, what is Stifle is good for? I mean, I just don't believe in playing Stifle really at all. I don't think it's a legacy playable card, frankly. But, again, it did top 8 Eternal Weekend with the Stoneforge list. But what it is really good for is if you have Riddler, you can stop the warp out trigger. Or Stoneforge Mystic. This frankly isn't the fight, but maybe it is. Okay, so hear me out. So they have days as well. I do need to end this. It's going to be a huge pain in the ass. But if they get Meteor Sword, then that's a huge pain in the ass too. But it's a one-time pain in the ass. Yeah, I'm going to let it go. But because of my mana base, because I'm not playing a bunch of Tundras, I don't have like Wasteland, or I don't have access to Plow and Prismatic Ending. If I were playing 2 Tundras, I could do that. But then I'd also have to worry about Wasteland, so it cuts both ways. That Stifle was very good there. I know I just spent 30 seconds talking about why I don't think it's a very good card. They did get Meteor Sword, so we are going to get Meteor Sworded. There's nothing we can do about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to end this here, and I'll keep my mana up just in case they have a daze. And now I can Force to protect this. Okay, that worked. Now I'm just going to ponder, and I'm just looking for a land. I have Felia on top. I don't want to shuffle. I'm just getting deeper into my deck because I know I'm about to lose a land. If I don't have a land, I might actually... Gosh. Yeah, if they take away my island, I can't ponder. It's pretty big pain. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Never didn't have it, as they say. I'm not going to take this Flooded Strand. No, actually, I do need to take the Flooded Strand, and then hopefully they don't have a Stifle. I guess I could force the Stifle. My goodness, this is ugly. I do want to Felia next turn, and the only way to ensure that I can do that is to take the Flooded Strand now. Yeah. Okay, and we will pass with Force up. And yes, they're going to blow up one of our lands, but if we can get Felia going, we can overpower that. And so it's a one-time destruction trigger. And after that, we just draw more land. This is fine. Okay. And I imagine they're just going to wait. They should do it now before I get to untap. Yeah, they're going to do it now. All right. What is it going to be? Okay, they're taking me off blue. So again, I just have to hope that they can't warp. They're not going to be able to Stifle here. You know what? I'm going to just plow Tamio here, and then I'll draw an island, and I'll just wait. I don't want them getting value off Tamio. I do need to stop Felia for sure. They're getting low in cards over there. Okay. So they are going to daze this, unfortunately. Well, I am going to fetch an island. You got me. Do you have the daze? Okay. And now I think I just accept this. They use a wasteland here. I want to clear her. I have lots of other ways of clearing her. Do I want to force here to ensure she's gone? I think it actually might be justifiable. And then we just risk it with them finding Felia. If they find Felia, the game's just over, unfortunately. I'll pitch this Ponder. And no, I'll pitch Ang. I'll pitch Ang. Because I might need the Ponder to find a land here. Okay. Now I get to go get my island. And I can pay for this. They said worth a shot. I agree with that sentiment. Okay. And frankly, like I just punted. I should have fetched before. I wanted to keep the island on the top. That was why. I did have a reason. It wasn't a punt. I didn't think they would waste my thing. And I did need to clear that. So again, I want to emphasize, like, it's easy to interpret that as a pump, but I intentionally had an island on top that I did want to draw, just in case they are able to flicker this. Okay, so they're playing the Tundra out that they had in hand, and another Stoneforge. So pre-war is probably in there. They have the Batterskull that they showed us last game. Yep, and that will make it harder for me to use Felia, but like it's not necessarily the end. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and Tamio here. Am I? I'm gonna Ponder and try to find a land, and then I can Felia in the end step. Fabled Passage. I do want to shuffle that away, but I also want to Felia here. I think I'm gonna leave it. I'll take the island now, and then we're going to have to play Felia into a potential daze, but I think that's fine to do. If they use the mana to put the thing into play, they have 3 cards in hand. I mean, they absolutely could have a daze here. Okay, that reduces the likelihood that they have a daze. And I can just play a Tamio and Blinker to grow my Felia if I want to, but Felia will die in combat, unfortunately, if they activate these. But it's okay for her to die if I'm getting a Riddler out of the deal. So I'm drawing a land here. Please don't have the daze. They could crack a clue to try to find it. This is just the Batterskull, right? Yeah, I don't know why they timed it that way. Because I would like probably clue first. So unfortunately, this tells me they may have plow. Okay. No plow yet. Okay. So I'm going to play this land, which does actually get the card. We have Solitude on top. I'm going to riddle, and then I'm going to attack. I could put Felia down, or Tamio down, but she will flip this turn, unfortunately. Because I'll be drawing cards off Riddler. So let's go ahead and do this. See, we know Solitude is on our top. We don't want that. So I'm going to just fetch now. Uh-oh. Are they going to do something here? No. Okay, good. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. This card is so freaking powerful that it might just overwhelm their entire board here if it resolves. And I think it will. Plow. Sad face. We get 2 cards. And then I can play... Oh, what do we do here? I think we just Stoneforge and we'll just do that. I mean, playing Tamio out is another option. Let's think about it. I think a Stoneforge is better, and then we can just go get our own Meteor Sword, and then they'll have to dance around it. Yeah, I think that's right. All right. I'm very excited to be playing Stoneforge Mirror. 2026 is a good year. I like for Legacy. My goodness, those bans really made it better. My wife is home, and she's going to feed the cat, and then I'm going to go eat lunch with her. The cat is very hungry. It's been like pestering me. So it's worth noting that I can't just directly hit the Batterskull equipment itself because they can just bounce it. Land would be great. Let's think about this. So they don't know about the Cryptic Coat. I can start hitting their lands. I don't have the ability to blink. I think we do sword and we just hit one of their lands. We could wait if they bounce this back to hand and then hit it, but I don't like that. Cryptic Coat coming out. Yeah, we can just end step Cryptic Coat. I'm going to play out a Tamio and I'll just chill. There's nothing that we need to hit. It's nice being able to have this card on tap. If they tap out at any point to clue, then we can just kill the Batterskull. So we are kind of denying them the clue crack here, which is nice. And we're not close to dying to this thing, but it does put victory further out of our reach, but we are up a game. So we kind of have the initiative here. And I just want to draw a land and start stamping out these Riddlers. They thought the better of it. They started tapping and then they're like, no, wait, I need to be able to keep my Batterskull safe. Okay, and yeah, that's good. Wasteland's fine. Now they have 5 mana, so they can crack a clue and do their Batterskull shenanigans in the same turn cycle. I think... So I do have the option of just double blocking. No, that's dumb. I definitely want to be able to Meteor Sword later. Because I could throw this and one of my Cryptic Coat friends out there. Okay, so let's go ahead and activate. This does show them that I don't have any more equipment left in my deck, unfortunately. They could stifle this. They don't. They could stifle this. Let's see if we get like a freaking Riddler would be insane here. This is a very intricate game. Containment Priest does hit this, so it stops it from working, but that's fine. So I'll just exile this creature. Island. Okay, well that's sad. I actually wanted that. All right. How close? They're actually not that far from equipping Meteor. No, wait, it's 3 to equip. They could have equipped it a long time ago and smashed. I'm going to just come across in the air here. And then 3 mana to bounce this back to hand. I really need to draw a land. I might actually clue crack here to try to find a land just so I can move my game plan forward. I don't necessarily want a riddle because I still have so many cards in my hand. I could just flip her, but like I don't think that serves my purpose. I'm going to draw now, just desperately trying to find a land. Forcible is not bad because that pairs well with Tamio. I think I just pass. And like I can always just use Meteor Sword on Containment Priest if I need to. I've got 11 health. Cracking for the clue, that's fine. I can't really interact. I definitely don't want to force... Okay, man, they're getting up there in mana. They could like hard cast a Caldera if that's in their deck. I don't think it is. I'm just going to nuke their Containment Priest here. So I don't have to take the extra 2. Nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Of course, I've seen Aliens like several times as a kid. But there is another cool space movie that I saw that's very thematically similar to the original Alien. In that it's like, it has like the set design is very similar and it's free on YouTube. It's called Outland. It's got Sean Connery, Sir Sean Connery. I think he's, surely he's knighted. I mean, he's so important. Okay. Yeah. Rest in peace, Sean Connery. We will always remember your Celebrity Jeopardy appearance. Okay. So I am going to brainstorm desperately here. I can't afford to just stare. So I'll go ahead and do this first, and then I'll flip. And then Brainstorm is eventually going to regrow Prismatic Ending, which doesn't really help, actually. All right, so we get our clue. I will Brainstorm here. Just looking for land, really. They're down to 1 card over there. It might be like a Daze or something, but yeah. Okay, Felia is great. So now I do have the land. I'm going to put back Tommy... I could put back a Riddler, but I would like to riddle. Yeah, I think I want multiple riddles. I think I'll just put back the Brainstorm here. And now Stoneforge Mystic can be fed to the Batterskull if I really need to block, but I don't think I really need to block. It will be kind of embarrassing if they stifle my fetch here. Surveil land. I mean, like at this point, they've probably been a stifle if they find it. Okay, they've been a force. All right, and now they are going to... Felia. Well, we can't have that. Yeah, I just genuinely don't want to face that card right now. I think I do have to force here, sadly. They're Hellbent. I could... What is my top... Oh, wait, my top card is... I thought it was a blue card. All right. Call me crazy. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I could have sworn it was like a Ponder. Or it's a Brainstorm. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're going to force this. And now what we can do is... We still have End Step Felia. I should have probably fetched here just in case they find a stifle. It is like super awkward. But Daze is also alive in a very awkward way. So go ahead and attack here. I do think I chump just to preserve life total because I'm attacking Felia or Tamio. Yeah, that's fine. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if Felia resolves first, because if she resolves, that does change the dynamic a little bit. We're both down to like 8 minutes on the clock, so this is a grindy one. It gets debuffed. I'm going to go get another island here. And please don't have a Daze. They could also have Hardcast Force, but they did ban a Force a minute ago. Now with that resolving, yeah, I still kind of want to block here. I can always plow my own creature. I'm going to block. I don't think she's that important because I'm going to have Riddler to blink next turn. But I could also blink my Meteor Sword. It's not necessarily good. What I'm really just choked on mana. Like I have so many things I'd like to do. Another Stoneforge. I don't even know if this has anything to get here. Probably gets, it gets pre-war. And then they can put Felia back in. Yeah, that's good. So what I'll do is I'll just like probably blink the Meteor Sword to get back to hit their pre-war. Man, this is a crazy game. I'm going to have to yeet my Tomio into the void here. I think what we do is we plus to survive. I could get back a plow. I don't think that helps. Man, this is computationally intensive Magic the Gathering for sure. Do I need to crash my Felia in? I kind of think I do, because this Riddler is going to be really good. I'm going to riddle first and see what I get. Okay, Ponder. So we have Force Up. I am worried about my life total. So this will go away, and it won't be able to block this anymore. I think I have to ram this into that. I could just plow this. Feels bad. They can bring back pre-war. Yeah. So I think I have to get a plowback, and then this is going to very easily die. But I am going to attack with Felia here, because I do want to keep this Riddler. It's worth more than... yeah. It's worth more than the Felia. And it's just... like next turn I want to play a second Riddler. So this is going to die in combat. It's fine. I just need to keep their Felia off the table, because that becomes a huge problem. Okay, so I'll just take out one of these. That is very smart of my opponent to block just to avoid combat tricks. My opponent's playing very tightly. So we will just kill one of those. Okay. Felia down. And I think I just keep up mana here. Just think I can bring this Cryptic Coat back to hand. Yeah. And I can also plow if I need to, which I will almost certainly need to. So we get a card. 7 minutes on my clock. I need to hurry. Okay, this is going to happen. Pre-war is going to target Felia. Then I'll just plow. And I don't think I'm dead here, but they can equip one of those. They get a bunch of life. They got so much life. I probably should just concede this game. Felia! Holy cow, that's good. So that can blink this out of play next turn when we attack. Okay. And I mean, the thing is they're low in cards. They can equip Meteor Sword here, and then they can attack, and I basically do have to chomp, unfortunately. I can just throw Felia in front of it. It doesn't have trample, right? Actually, I think it's correct to just throw this in front. And then it doesn't feel right. Throw Felia in front of our poor doggo. They can get rid of this. But yeah, I'm going to do that rather than sacrifice a Riddler. These are all attacking me. Nobody's attacking Tomio. Okay. Well, this is going to come in, and I'll block. Maybe I block one of these, and I do block this. No, I don't even care about these anymore. I'm just going to block this, and yeah, I'll kill one of these. Yeah. They're going to gain a ton of life. I think it's going to be a real struggle to win in time, but if I can clear this, yeah, I could have Meteor Sworded. I could have done a lot of stuff there. They're at 47 health. I just don't know how I win. They have a Riddler. I don't really want to deal with that, and it gives them 2 cards. So we'll just force here. I can equip the Meteor Sword to this, and my Meteor Sword creature will be bigger than theirs. I think that might actually be the line. Okay, draw a land here. I'll plus. I think I'm just going to do that. I could also double block it. I can just make my army in a can. I need to make my stand, though. I need to win this game. So I think the play is play the Riddler and double block. This costs 3 to equip. Oh, that's so good. And I can just push this out of play next turn. Yeah, I'm just going to chill with Force Up. It is worth noting that if they put a spell on the stack, I will need to fetch before, so they can't like do the daze trick. But they won't have a spell in hand. They can equip this here. All right, that does it. Now it's a 9/9. Damn. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to throw something in front of it. Sadly. I assume they're attacking me. That is one powered up. This is what we call Voltroning, where you get all your equipment on one germ. So it's at 8/9. So we can't kill both of these. I should probably double block. I don't think they have a way to buff it. Yeah, I'll just double block it in case there's some sort of weird card that I don't know about, but I'm going to lose one. Okay, they've gained so much life that it's going to take forever to kill them, but I'm going to try. I'm going to go ahead and fetch now. Another planes, I guess. All right, so this doesn't get anything. I'm going to go ahead and plus here. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to play as quickly as I can. Now they'll have to spend a lot of mana redeploying. I really wish I could clear this. Maybe I should have done that because then I could have forced. Okay, so let's go ahead and equip here. And I'll just attack for a lot. We got to get it done somehow, right? 5 minutes on the clock. There is no game 3. We're going to win this one. They can bring this back to hand and they can redeploy. Belia is going to get forced. We draw half our deck, but that's only like 10 cards. That's still probably enough to win. 48 life. Okay, they can attack me for 1. Oh no, they can equip the pre-war. That is not quite enough. No, they equipped the Meteor Sword. Oh, they equipped that. Yeah, that works too. Okay, let's go to game 3. 5 minutes. This is going to be insane. I think I'm not going to win. They're at 5 minutes too. All right, so yeah, I think the way that we win this in 4 minutes is we just get Felia going with Riddler. It's going to be rough. Gosh, they played so well. And I needed to get the damage on them, so I was kind of priced into just attacking them. I don't really have time to do anything fancy. Pre-war is an option. Let's think about what cards are bad in a short game. Cryptic Coat is pretty bad, frankly. It's very slow. I'm gonna run it. I'm just gonna run it back. I'm gonna believe in my sideboard strategy here. All right, so 4 minutes. This is a keep. All right, and we'll just Stoneforge, and we'll get the blue card. No, with Felia, I think I just try to nuke all their lands. They mulled to 6. They are also under 5 minutes, so there's like basically no clock time difference. So I'm just going to ponder immediately. Solitude's a nice touch because it might come up. I'm just playing a pure white deck here. I don't really need these cards. I'm going to any order shuffle and try to find something more. Actually, okay, got to land anyway. That's great. So F6 through the turn. They have an island. They're going to Tomio. Okay, that can keep them alive. I think I just go ahead and end it so they don't get an advantage, but I don't even actually know if they'll have time to get an advantage. And then I'll F6. F6. Okay, this is going to be the first one, but I have a land. I can also Solitude this if they get Meteor Sword, and I think I'll just do that. Yeah, they got the Meteor Sword. Don't really want them killing my stuff. I could just kill it and leave the Meteor Sword stranded in their hand. That's fine. To anybody who tells me I'm playing too conservatively, maybe I am. I don't have enough clock to really think. I just want to stabilize. They're pondering. I want to keep the easy wins off the table for them. Now I still have Solitude to deal with a second Stoneforge. I'm going to go get the army in a can and go to town on them. All right, force. Meteor Sword is probably actually better because I have the Felia, and then I can just maybe get them to tap. Felia. Okay, wait. When they go to combat, I'm going to Solitude. They could stifle this trigger, actually, which would be brutal. Yeah, I should have done this in the end step, but I F6 because I'm trying to play really quickly. Okay, we get it. I can go back to F6ing now. Let's go ahead and start by Meteor Swording. I think they may be holding a stifle and they just don't want to use it. Let's hit white. That's going to be the color that probably kills me. I'll force the stifle. Then I'll Felia, and then I'll just try to deprive them of permanence while I'm hitting them. They replicate it. I can't stop that. F6 through their turn. I can't equip it and start just hitting them. Oh, man, this is so tense. They're lower in clock than me now. They have another island. Okay. My body feels like numb. I'm not exaggerating. Like, that's how much tension there is. Just going to go to attack, and I'll pass, and then I'll Felia in their turn. I can't F6 anymore. That's a lot of freaking mana. Murktide is fine. I will just Felia that, and then I'll fight over this. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do here is plow it. Now I will start attacking. And I'll just blink the Meteor Sword, and I'll go after the white. They're fetching. They may have a stifle here. Just grabbing another one. That's fine. I just need to stop their key spells. They've got 23 life. I think I can take them down. I'll take a white one more time here. Force that. I'll keep the Brainstorm. It's too late for Felia or for Tomio. All right, and I think we can win from here. We just need to be disciplined. And I've got Ong to mess them up here. I will go after white again. Oh man, my freaking heart. 208 on both of our clocks. We got it. Insane games. Yeah, that was I love this deck. I love this deck. Wow. I'm going to go eat lunch with my wife, and I'll be back to record the rest of the league. It'll be instantaneous for you. I hope you're having a great day. All right, we're back for round 2, and we're up against a likely combo gamer. Play a lot of Doomsday. I like this forced blue card hand. The rest of the hand is pretty unremarkable. I'll do it. Let's do it. We're on the draw. So if they just like turn 1 Doomsday, YOLO it, we'll be ready. Underground Sea, Tommy. Okay, I've got the plow for that. Hopefully they don't have the days, or else we're in for a long game. Okay, that's a good draw. I'm just going to go ahead and grab a plains here. And I actually have all 3 fetches to ramp me up toward Fabled Passage, so it comes into play untapped later, which is nice. Don't have the days. I'm not going to force. I need to hold my force for Doomsday. All right, that is a huge relief. Play removal, people. Like everybody who complains about Tomio, yeah, I complain about her too. But removal is a big part of like not dying. And there we go. That would have been a flip Tomio, which would have been a lot more work to take care of. But they got a 0 value, like just 1-for-1 Tomio there. Tomio is insane because she is at worst a 1-for-1. She will always be removed. So they will have to eventually remove her somehow. Yeah, I don't think they have removal. Or I don't think they have a stack interaction. I'm going to go for this. And if they have Doomsday, so be it. I'm going to go ahead and get... I don't think they likely have removal if they're playing Doomsday. They could be playing blue-black tempo. They're fetching here. I think they're going to likely interact. They may have to brainstorm to find something, though. I am loving this deck, by the way. So, yeah, it's definitely Doomsday with an LED over there. I think this is just value. I saw some, I think it was called like value before victory, some channel, and I was like, yeah, I like to get a lot of value before I win too. I don't want to just win. I want to win by a massive margin. All right. Cryptic Coat to the grip. That probably tells them pretty transparently that we have force. Cryptic Coat is our best offensive card. Like, I don't think blowing up Doomsday's land is going to work when they have petals and a bunch of other stuff. It just doesn't feel like where we need to be. Okay, they're fetching. This could be a Murktide, but I can answer that too. Okay, it's Ponder. They have cantrip 3 times and Surveilled, so they've gotten a lot of card selection. I would not be surprised at all. Consider, okay, a 4th cantrip, sure. All right, they're finally passing after casting all their... They bounced the Brazen Borrower, so further evidence that you shouldn't play Calder Complete in the current meta. And so I'm probably just going to instep this Cryptic Coat. I got a lot of fetches. This is nice because I could, like, in theory, brainstorm, shuffle, and put it in. I'll just chill. And if I find something good off brainstorm, no, I can't really because I do want to shuffle. I want to get a perfect brainstorm. Dark Ritual, Doomsday. Okay, well, I'm going to force. I will pitch a Ponder here. All right, do you have a follow-up Doomsday? Is that what we're doing here? Because that seems pretty weak to just Doomsday by itself. Unearth. What are you even getting back? Oh, you're just cycling. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Unearth, like, for some reason, I never saw Unearth in Doomsday, and then all of a sudden, I can't stop seeing it. Like, everybody's playing Unearth in Doomsday now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and brainstorm here. It is interesting to me that Doomsday has become like a top deck. I'm not sure why. Like, ostensibly, it's like really hard to play. I've never attempted it. And yet, like, it seems like rare that I play a league where I don't encounter it. And I say ostensibly because I haven't played it myself, and Doomsday players swear that it's the hardest deck to play. But I suspect probably that the Epic Storm is harder. Because, like, nobody can win with the Epic Storm except for Brian Cook. That's not totally true, but, like, in general. I think that's like a meme. That, like, he'll pick up the deck and he just, like, easily 5-0s, and everybody else is struggling to win. Because he sees all the lines from literally inventing the deck and playing it for years, decades. At this point, it's like 2 decades, I think. I remember seeing the old MTG The Source. He was talking about how he's like working at Taco Bell or something. And he was just like built the deck like with his savings from his job. Which, by the way, back then LEDs were like $30 or $40 and not $400. Okay, so it goes through, and this is very easy. I'm just going to put back the Fabled Passage. Well, yeah, I don't really think that it matters at this point, so I'll just keep the Fabled Passage, I guess. Now I'm going to fetch. I'll get a blue source. We'll coat. And I am going to want to find another, let's see what we put under this. Oh, just spawner. Okay. So we have a clock, which is very important against Doomsday. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and Tamio and Brainstorm. That way I can get a force. Because I could still lose to oh gosh, Felia. Yeah, I really wanted to find something else that like a force exactly. But this is fine. So we have like overwhelming pressure. They're going to have to win quickly. They don't know about Felia yet. I'll just come in for 4. Then next turn I can reroll a force and or plow depending on what the situation calls for. I'm not going to probably have time to go to Tamio Value Town, which as I frequently point out is right next to Flavor Town. It's just outside the city limits. Yep, that's fine. They're digging. They have dug a lot. Okay, Tamio of their own. Sure. Okay, I think I just Felia here. I'll give up. I know I'm drawing 2 lands, so it's not a hard decision here. I'll just grab another plains. What I can do is I can blink the Cryptic Coat itself and get another body. So another Stoneforge. We could just go get the Meteor Sword and just kill this. I kind of like that. And I'll just regrow a force and hopefully I'll just get the Meteor Sword here. I'm going to go ahead and minus here just before anything else happens because I do need to be able to protect myself. Yeah, they scooped to that. That was feeling good. I could have like even blinked it, like blow that up and then blink it and then hit that. Yeah, it was going to be devastation. I think their deck just hit their fail rate. They must have been desperate if they were going to jam into a known blue deck. Jam like they did. So this is Dress Down all day long. I think this card's way better than Consign just because it's more flexible. Like it takes care of Barragoyf as well. I think we can cut the Solitudes. It gives us room for a Force of Negation. I actually wouldn't mind multiple Force Negation. We're gonna take out Pre-War. I don't think they're gonna kill our stuff. I'll take out a Stoneforge and a Pre-War. Then I'll bring in some extra Force Negations. I just need to be loaded up and ready for when they try to go off. Yeah, I think that's fine. This isn't a Back to Basics matchup. This isn't a Prismatic Ending matchup. Aang is like super flexible. Should be good regardless. It is an answer to uncounterable Thassa's Oracle. Oh, this hand. Oh my goodness, this is great. All right, we can counter 2 things if we absolutely need to. If send a turn 1 Dark Ritual Doomsday, which I don't think they will against us. That'd be pretty reckless. Unless they have force. They Thoughtseize. We've got lots of redundancy. Okay, Tamio, I can't answer immediately. She's going to create a clue, I guess. Unless I draw a plow right now. Okay, I don't. So, I think this is just ambiguity. We pass. Because this could represent anything. Like Surveil, but I don't have Surveils. Okay, they're going to get a clue. With Felia, she can just reset Tamio to her creature state. So I'm not terribly afraid of them brainstorming here if they do. I'm not going to force it. Dark Ritual. Barragoyf. I've Dressed Down. So what I can do is I can Felia and then Dress Down it. Yeah, I don't want to cast my spells yet. Okay, there we go. That's what we need. So I think I have to plow this first. Or I could plow this and then just ambush Barragoyf and let them have 1 connection. I don't think that's terrible. Yeah, I think that's and they're probably tapped out of Brainstorm. They might have Brainstorm. They'll get an imperfect Brainstorm if they do it now. I think it's worth just going ahead and... But then I can't deploy the Felia. I think I'm just going to give them another clue, sadly. I'd love to do something more ambitious here, but if it doesn't feel right to leave this on the table to connect. Also, life is very useful for them, and there is a chance that they find another card. And this also plays around... yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, yeah, and they'll have to use the mana to get to this, and their deck isn't very mana heavy. They're fetching, surveilling. I do wish one of these lands we drew was a blue card though. I'll probably fetch the thin here. They're fetching. Another Barragoyf would be fine, I guess, if that's what they're doing. They're just cracking. And again, if they flip, it's fine too. I'm not sure. Every Doomsday list is different. That's one thing I will give Doomsday players credit for. They do not seem to net deck. I don't think this is a problem because we have Felia, and I can force to protect Felia to ensure she gets in, and I'll flash her in the end step, and then I'll use her to reset Tamio to a creature. I want to fetch the Thin. And I do that sometimes even in a Brainstorm deck. I just don't want to draw more lands. All right, that's a great card. The question is, do we want to go for Tamio here? I think it's better to just hold up Force Negation and then end step Felia, because Felia resets this. I don't want to get dazed at this point. That'd be really humiliating. Also, Force Negation and Force of Will means that I can stop a Doomsday for sure. Not for sure, but very likely to stop it. They can re-roll Doomsday with this, but not if I Force Negate it. I think I'm just going to Force Negate. And then if they... okay, great. And now they can't rerun it. That was pretty awesome. Because that's like the one counterspell that prevents them, and now they're just getting back up Ponder. So I don't even really need to deal with this. It is quite the card advantage engine. Oh, okay. So now what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and play the Tamio out. And I can Felia in the end step. Ponder's fine. And there's a decent chance that they find removal. They may just remove my Tamio, which I don't really care about. But it's not bad. I mean, drawing an extra card every turn is fine with me. Cavern type is Wizard. Here comes another Tamio. So Felia is great because she's going to revert this. And then... oh, why did you do that? I don't think that was a good play. Okay. Maybe they just didn't have anything better to do. They didn't want to wait around. I don't know. It seems like you're throwing away a Tamio. Like I'm definitely going to clear her. I could have interacted there, but I was like, fine. So I think I'll just revert her to a creature and then maybe I'll just plow her. Another Dust Down is nice because now I can... yeah, let's go ahead and attack them. It doesn't matter. These are both... this is going to get double debuffed. Like... yeah, lots of triggers on the stack. And then when she comes back, I can just plow her before they get the chance to let's stop here. 16 minutes on both of our clocks. I think we'll get there time-wise. This deck is really clock intensive. And there's a question as to whether I want to keep this for her. But like I think with the dress down, I think I'm safe just going ahead and plowing this. And I still have dress down and force up and clue crack. Yeah, I feel pretty good about this. And next turn, I can just start triggering Tamio and then also blinking her to grow my Felia. I'll let this go. Okay, they took the Force. Now they have to build the Doomsday pile that wins around that. Unearth the Tamio. If they Brainstorm here, I'll just take away the abilities so she doesn't flip. Okay, well, it's the end step now, so I can go ahead and do it. Bowmaster? No? Okay, well, that's pretty freaking spectacular. Stoneforge 2. Oh, man. An embarrassment of riches. Well, we are going to go ahead and just riddle her here. So good, you just can't not do it, you know? They're very low on resources over there. Ponder. I think I'll just go ahead and attack here. Yeah, they scooped. That was devastating. 2-0. All right. Round 3. His hand is freaking cracked, just like the other ones. Doesn't have a white source, but Beauty of Solitude is, it's okay. So I'll just lead with the broken card here. Yeah, I love having Solitude in the deck. Like, I genuinely think that Legacy players sleep on it. You know, I could just be patient and ponder and maybe find a Brainstorm so I could protect. Opponent is completely unknown. I think I'm just going to... yeah, I'm going to ponder because if I find a Plains, I can get Felia out quickly. This doesn't have a Plains. I think it's as simple as shuffling it. Like, I like these cards, of course, but... well, I mean, that is the Brainstorm for Tamio. Yeah, maybe I just take it slower. And I can pitch this Plow to Solitude if I... well, I'll probably pitch Redundant Felia. I'll take this now. Hopefully they don't Thoughtseize me. Actually, I shouldn't have put that Brainstorm in my hand. I should have waited and put something else. Okay, Windswept Heath doesn't generally Thoughtseize. Uh-oh. Okay, this deck. Well, I'm happy that I have removal for this deck, but I'm sad that I don't have more removal. I think I'm going to go ahead and play this. I think it's extremely unlikely that they interact with it. I would like to get a clue before I Brainstorm, and then hopefully I hit a Plains. So the real question here is, do we just want a Solitude to reduce their material? And I think, sadly, the answer is yes. Plows are worth their weight in gold here. This may seem crazy, but if you've seen me play against this deck is just like a combo deck, basically. It needs like a Cradle and 2 Mana Dorks, and then it goes and Natural Orders, and next thing you're looking at like an Atraxa. This is fine. It's going to target one of the lands. I can plow it. They don't get to use the ability yet. I do need to find a plow here. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. Critter Clue. This has to hit white. I have to remove this Badger Mold cover. We're going to be really cooked. All right, we got there. No problema. Okay, so I don't need this plains. I'll just fetch the plains with Prismatic Vista. And I mean, Felly is pretty good. I think Felly is where we want to be. We can use Ong to like bully them off of being able to attack Artomio. Felia is actually not that great in this matchup because they just have so many blockers. I'm going to put back a Felia and I'll just hold the force like as an emergency panic button. And then what I can do is I can probably actually regrow this plow just to, you know, get rid of whatever the next creature they play out is. But you have to do this immediately because it like gives them benefits. Like Guy's Cradle doesn't use the stack. But now this only taps for 1 mana, which is nice. Thoughtseizes is fine. I just need to run their hand out of cards, basically. So what I'll do is I'll probably regrow a plow and then just plow whatever their card is. But then that means Tomio's going to die. They're fetching. This could be the tree guy. No. They just got another Bayou. Green Sun for 1. This is going to be the protection from interaction guy, maybe? Yeah, I can't stand this card. This card is so antithetical to Magic. Like, it's just like it ruins the interactivity. And now, if their last cards are Cradle, what do we even do? They natural order, we push it, but then they have to natural order it again. And when I say push, I just envision like he's kind of shoving something there. The waterbending. Waterbending sounds, it's too many syllables for me. Okay, let's draw a card. Hopefully it's a plow. Prismatic Vista. Well, I can't regrow anything, and I probably shouldn't regrow anything. They can natural order twice to get an Atraxa. My deck can actually work through an Atraxa. It's not a death sentence for us. But if they natural order for Craterhoof, that might be lethal. Like I think they need like 3 or 4 creatures to do that though. So we debuff these, and then I've got Ong coming. Ang, sorry everybody. Yeah. So I'll just go ahead and go to their turn. I can't really target a creature, but I can target a spell, and they can't do a lot about it. So this is probably Cradle. I mean, it feels like they always have Cradle and they always have natural order. We'll see. And this, again, like if I could unprint one card, it'd probably be Tabernacle of Pendervale. But if I could unprint a second one, it'd probably Sylvan Safekeeper. Sad thing is this was like designed, like this was a Champions. Like they got to choose a card and they chose that. They don't have good attacks here. Okay, and this is great. I'm going to go ahead and do this in the end step. Riddler, okay. So the thing with Riddler is if I had 1 more mana, I could, Ong him, but if I had 1 more mana, I could do more than that. Options. 1, we riddle, and then we can brainstorm to find another land. If we riddle, we have to hit a land. It's certainly safer to just chill. And then I think I just chill, and unfortunately, Quantum Riddler becomes my force pitch. Once we draw half our deck, like Atraxa is not going to be able to catch up with that. They don't play Bowmaster because why would you play Bowmaster in a black deck? There's the Cradle. This could even be natural order for or Green Sun Zenith at this point, I think. They scooped. Got it. Love it. Okay. So against this deck, back to basics is actually not that terrible of a call. Prismatic Ending is a slam dunk. Dress Down can stop the ETB trigger from the natural order targets. It can also stop the ETB. I think this might be a card that we consider. They're not going to kill our creatures pre-war. So again, we're just taking out the pre-war. We're taking out a Stoneforge. That much is pretty fine. Meteor Sword might be good. I mean, it's just an expensive removal spell. To be completely candid, I don't think Stoneforge is very good in this matchup. Like Cryptic Coat, we're just going to run away with value like we did there. We don't even need to have a win con. I guess technically Tomio was a win con. They probably would have kept playing if Tomio wasn't on 8. But yeah, I do want back to basics. They do play some basics, but it's so fun to like lock their lands down. I do want to bring in natural dress down. I'm kind of am here for just taking out the Stoneforge package completely. And then we still have plenty of things to win with. But this is like a perfect example of a deck that should play a lot of removal that doesn't, and I love punishing that. I love that they don't play Bowmasters. I love that they don't play Fatal Push. They might play it, but they play like you know, a lot of these decks have been relying on Talon Gates, which is just so janky. I can't get behind that. Any other considerations? I think I'm just going to go like this. So we've got 10 removal spells, and then we just need to stop that anti-removal guy from hitting the table. I had a hand like this in the previous league, the trophy league, where I just never found a second land. I mean, this is technically a ponder, and we are on the draw. Double back to basics in case they take one of them out. I think it's good enough. We've got the Tamio, which we know will slow them down. I wish this had removal, but I'm just going to jam Tamio now that I know the deck doesn't have removal in it. And they may have snuff out. Bird. I'm going to Tamio first. Dress down. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely like hurting for mana here. I do want to Tamio, and then next turn I'll desperately ponder. But like I want to distract them at least. Yeah, I don't think this was a good keep, frankly. I'm regretting this keep. Especially now that I didn't draw land. Because Felia is pretty far off. I could flip Tamio and just start going up with her, but they may have like, what is this, Natural Order? Or Green Sun? I think they're going to get the removal guy. Yeah. Okay, so next turn, we're basically dead in Natural Order. We're not really dead, but like I think... Oh, that's freaking great. So if they Natural Order, I can just dress down. What I'd love to do is dress down and take away this ability after they sack a card. I think I'm going to go ahead and attack, and I'm going to brainstorm and hope to find a plow. Because plow at least takes out one of these. Ah, man, if they have the Natural Order, though. I think, and then if they do have Crater Hoof, which is the most scary thing they could do, this debuffs it. So yeah, I do think it's correct to go ahead and brainstorm here. And I can shuffle away one of these back to basics and hopefully find a third land. So Force is pretty good. I'm going to need that, I think. Yeah, I think we put away back to basics and maybe a brainstorm here, because we're going to use Ponder to search for land. If they do have some sort of like semi-lethal line, I can always Solitude and just use it as a land destruction spell. They can sacrifice both of these to protect their stuff. Yeah, I think there's a very good chance that they're going to Natural Order here, but I will force it. So they'll need to also get Allosaurus Shepherd somehow. Allosaurus Shepherd, I can't force, unfortunately. Thoughtseize. This is really scary because I think they still have the mana to do what they need to do. I could force this. Then they play Natural Order. But then they're just going to sack probably the Dryad Arbor. I think I could go ahead and go for the Solitude here, just to like take it off the table. Then they probably take my Force of Will. They might panic and take the back to basics though, because that hits them pretty hard. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm gonna go ahead and just aim for Self and Safekeeper. Okay, so they're having to make a decision without the benefit of information. Do you want to sacrifice land for this? They do. Okay. Did they float? They didn't float. I don't think they necessarily have the ability to win now that they didn't float. They play Guy's Cradle. It's good for 2 minutes, but then they have the Dryad Arbor as well. Yeah, they may be able to do that. I think I probably do want to force here with the Ponder. If we force, they don't know what I'm capable of. They'll probably have to take the Force. Yeah, I'll just let them do it. I can... Okay, yeah, they did take the Force. And now... Okay, they don't have anything to do. That's freaking phenomenal. Okay, well, that worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to work out. I do need to shuffle here. Let's go get a Plains. Let's draw, come on, land. Tommy number 2, the Revenge. I might want to just get back a Force of Will. I think I'm just going to hold up Dress Down here and chill. They don't have good attacks. I'm going to Ponder because I really do want to find a land. There we go. These are great cards. I don't want to have to shuffle away the Plow, but I will if I have to Dress Down. Yeah, this deck feels incredible. Like the deck that I just trophied with earlier today, which would be like a previous video, just felt incredible with the basics mana base and just how unimpeachable it was. And this feels even better than that. Like I just feel like I'm cruising here. Because I was like, here I was thinking Control's dead. Like I genuinely, for the past week or two, I've been bummed out because of Hexing Squelcher and stuff like that. Bedroom Cub. I think I just Dress Down this and then it doesn't get the ability. This draws me a card. And then I just locked in their land. Okay, you can have a Badger Mole Cub. And then what I'll do is I did shuffle away a Plow there, but I think it's worth it to prevent them from getting this ability. Okay, so if we could push this out of the way, and then they can recast it. So we don't want to do that. But that does produce a blocker. If we tap this, then they still get 2 mana off of this. I think we want to and then if they counter it, it doesn't counter the spell, it just counters the ability. So I'll try to do that to the bird. That doesn't, that gives us a blocker as well. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do it to that. And then if they want, they can sacrifice the land to protect it, but that would be kind of crazy considering they can just replay it next turn. Because they can just tap this and they get 2 mana and they can replay it. Okay, let's go ahead and ultimate them next turn. So we chopped them off. They have double green. That's the only mana they have access to right now. This could be Dismember and then they could attack in, but that'll actually not kill my Tamio currently. Okay, Bop's back. Do you have Cradle? Okay, you're going to let me ultimate. Right. I can't think of any reason not to just do it. Yeah, good games. Wow, we've just been destroying. All right, round 4, we're 3-0. Having only lost 1 game this entire time. Our opponent's mulliganing and they have oops in their history. I'm just going to assume they're on oops and try to find a force. Oh, this hand would be great. They're mulling it again. I'm going to keep going until I find a force blue card. There we go. All right, so this is Tamio, force blue card. And then Riddler to rebuild here for it. Let's put back Solitude and a Plains. They mulled a 4. Okay, so they're probably not going to have a protected turn 1. Oops is such a powerful and annoying deck that, like, if you have recently been playing Oops, you can just assume I'm going to mull to a force. 3 cards. I really wish I had Graveyard Disruption in my sideboard, but I don't think like it's worth it just for one deck. Dredge and Reanimator are like combined maybe 1% of the meta. Oops is like 5% of the meta. Like, so really, if you have a whole bunch of graveyard hate, like you're really just doing it for those. And in order to beat Oops, you need specific graveyard hate, not like generally good graveyard hate. You need very specific cards. Pedal, okay. All right. Well, I am going to hopefully draw a land here. And I do. I'm going to Tamio here and start going to Value Town. And I'll just need this value to eventually overwhelm you with... I have 4 forces in my deck. That's it. I don't have any way to disrupt mana. So if they find like Thoughtseize, they find like Pact, it's rough. I'm just going to come across... And I guess I'll ponder just to see if I can find a second force effect. I think that's the responsible thing to do here. I will fetch Plains first. And now I will ponder. I'm going to shuffle that because... Well, am I? I mean, Felia plus Riddler ends the game pretty quickly. I think that is our plan. Yeah, I'll just take the Felia next turn. I'll take the island now. Yeah, it's going to be touch and go. Like, we'll just see. Like, I assume that they found the thing. But if they have a Pact or a Thoughtseize, then that's pretty bad for us. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't really do anything out here other than Felia, and then I can start riddling. Okay, they don't have the mana, I don't think. I think they probably kept the card. One of the things that sucks about Oops, like for them, is they only have 8 cards, and like basically they just have to keep mulling until they haven't hit one of those 8 cards. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep blue up. So we get a card. Tamio is going to flip in the end step, unfortunately. Which is unfortunate because I don't get to immediately use her. But we'll get some more cards here. I really do want to hit a land. I'm going to go ahead and ponder. I mean, that's a land. And I don't want those other lands. 1 land is plenty, thank you. So this will actually... No, this will flip her now. So I can plus her, which is nice. And then I have to force something I can regrow a force. So actually, this is coming up fine. I'm just afraid that this comes back. I'll just fetch with the trigger on the stack. I'll get another Plains. I'm just afraid that they're going to be able to overwhelm me with like a single protection spell, and our plan falls apart here, even though we're extremely far ahead. All right, you have the Pact of Negation. You also have to have a mana. Okay, that was easy peasy. Dress down, get in the deck. Consign to Memory is above average because it can stop the trigger. It's not great, but it will stop the the one that triggers when it comes into play. You can stop that trigger. Unfortunately, by the time their graveyard is in their deck, it's basically deterministic that they win. People underestimate the level to which it's deterministic. Oh, Solitude. Solitude, Solitude, Solitude. I don't think we have room for Solitude. And I don't think we have room for the Stoneforge package either. So I'm going to take that out. Buy Meteor Sword. Buy Cryptic Coat. I'm going to keep all the lands in just out of respect for just being able to mulligan aggressively for my forces. And Dress Down's only good if we actually get turns. And a good Oops player who's not completely unlucky will not give you turns. So this hand is fine, but it does mean that we have to force their enabler. Like if they have like a Dark Ritual, we have to force that. I'm going to keep this. I don't want to mulligan into Oblivion. If I get a turn, I can, let's say one force is good enough, then I can potentially Riddler to get some extra cards and rebuild my hand. But Dark Ritual is definitely, I'll let them do that, but I have to stop a Dark Ritual here because the Force Negation can't actually stop the creature. They exile the Barragoyf, so they're on the creature plane, which I think is probably a mistake. Come on, you're not going to outclass my creatures. Semi-Spirit. Oh, no, they just have it. Oh, Barragoyf? You think you're going to kill me with a Barragoyf? All right, let's see. We'll see if you can kill me with that Barragoyf. Come on. Plow off the top. Come on, deck. I've got 4 plows still in. Consign. Okay. Well, they're going to get to connect with Barry. They're hellbent. I can actually stop the trigger if I want to. I don't know that I should. They don't have a land in the graveyard. Let's keep it that way. So I'll just do this and I'll pass. And so sorcery, creature, I don't want to put any more types. I'm just going to let them come across. I don't think I'm going to consign the trigger. I'm going to save this for later. Who cares if they gain the life? See if they find another. They did find Bogar Trawler, which is land, but it's also a creature. So they get to make a land drop. That's pretty good. And this is still a 2/3. They can Cabal Therapy. They know the contents of my hand. Okay. So I will probably brainstorm and then shuffle to try to find a plow. I'm still feeling okay. All right, let's go ahead and start with the brainstorm. Force is an upgrade. Fabled Passage can go back. Dress Down's really good against this if we eventually find it. I think I'm going to put the land back because we're likely to find land. I'll play this out. This does need to get a plains. So I can Velia, Riddler. This is a 3/4 now. I think I just had to let it do its thing again. I'm so glad that that was a Barragoyf and not one of their win cons. I mean, Barragoyf is a win con, but one of their one mana or 1 card combo cards. Because effectively it's like a 1 card combo. You resolve that card and then the game's over. And I'm glad it wasn't that. Because even the 3 mana one, I wouldn't have been able to stop, unfortunately. I do actually think I put a plains back. Considering that I can't do anything here, I am actually thinking about just drawing the plains. And then I can play the Felia next turn and have consign up to stop this trigger. We are going to start running low in life. My opponent has taken several minutes. Yeah, I've got a 600 megabit connection. Yeah, and I'm connected to MTGO. Okay, they're attacking. All right, and I will take it. See what they find. Land is actually one of the scarier things they can find here. Cecil Dark Knight. Cool. I like that card. I respect that card. Dark Ritual. They're doing this in the damage step. I don't know that they meant to do that. They can't undo it, unfortunately, for them. I don't think they can undo that. I think they screwed up. Yeah, they had to burn out the mana. That sucks. It sucks. They do have the Cecil here. Okay, so whatever they were going to do, they had a 4 mana play. Okay. All right, so now the question is, did I stack it to where the plains is on top? And if I did, then I have plains plus Felia next turn, and we're going to take some more damage. It's pretty terrifying because they can definitely therapy me, and I just have to hope that, I guess I could force and negate the therapy, but if they name Force of Will, then I can't stop their combo card. By the way, Cecil and Barragoyf are kind of a nombo. You're never going to get below 10 life if you're hitting people with Barragoyf. I'm here for it. Opponent is giving me lots of time to think about my lines. Okay, and that is the plains that I was looking for. So we're golden. I could also just Riddler and then consign the trigger. I don't hate that because then that trades with this and they don't have a lot going on. I think I'm going to do that. Like, I got a card for the trouble, and it clears the Baragoyf. Okay. And now I'll just go to this step in the end, and when the warp trigger comes on, I'll consign it. That is like, I think it's kind of a Timmy thing to do. I don't think it's good, but it's good in this specific situation. So now we have double force up, but they only have 2 cards. If they come in, we can't kill them here. I didn't think about that because this grew. So, but I can, this has Death Touch too. Oh man, I can't do anything. I can start hitting them, but I don't think that's good. If I get into a force fight, I'll get 2 cards if I have to double force for some reason. I don't think that's likely. I think what happened, what this means is I just punted. I should have just played Ophelia and not wasted my consign. So I'm looking at 6 damage, so I'll be at 8. And Tomio will probably have to sponge up some damage next turn. I'm pretty sure my opponent's multi-queuing because that's what they should have said in the ban update. Like, we've looked at Oops All spells, but we think it's good to have in the meta a deck where you can go and do rounds of laundry in between turns because the gameplay is so straightforward. All right. Yeah, I've never seen an Oops player go to time. That is one thing in their favor. Okay, so this happens. They don't hit anything, which is nice. They take 2 damage. They're 24. It's going to take me a while to kill them. It's pretty terrifying. All right. Alas. At last, rather. Not alas. Alas is what you mean you say something bad has happened. At last is what you say when you're very happy that something happened. Yeah. I guess I attack here. No. I just don't want to die for some dumb reason. I'm going to like hang back. Yeah, I'm not sure that it was even correct to play with Tomio. Because I could have had Force Negation plus Force of Will up. That would have been superior. I'll be really embarrassed if I lose this game. Because my opponent like put everything into this turn 1 Baragoyf. And my deck has tons of interaction for Baragoyf. Right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just Plowberry. And then I'll chill. I'll take 2. You'll take 2 as well. I will eventually figure out an answer for this before I die. Okay. I just packed it up for some reason. Okay. We've lost 1 game, and we're heading into the trophy round, 4-0. I've already been here today. This feels surreal. Like, I trophied, and then I queued in with this Stoneblade version of the Dragon list that I was playing previously. And, yeah, this has just been, like, my highest win rate day of all time, basically. Final round, we're up against a player who plays a wide variety of decks. Sneakacho, lands, Stifle Knot. Nothing, like, super recent, so I don't know what they're on. This hand's fine, though. They don't. I mean, Sneak and Show is scary because my hand can't handle it, but other like fair decks, I feel like this hand's pretty well positioned. So I want to try to hold my Fabled Passage for last, but it might make sense to just grab an island. Okay, Island Ponder opening. They're tapped out of Stifle, so I could just like go fetch an island, and then I have Tomio plus Brainstorm up. But I can also just like put the pedal to the metal like with Tomio into Stoneforge. I actually like that line better just because like we don't know what we're defending it against, and it's a lot easier to be offensive than to defend also this card basically means that we can just play Fabled Passage as the last land and just not even have the downside. Just get our pain-free fetch. I can also Brainstorm and just shuffle with Stoneforge. They're pondering. So land, cantrip. This does lend credence to like Omnishow type decks that don't commit resources. Like they're not playing threats is the scary thing. So I think it is likely that they're on that. Stoneforge Mystic can go get the Meteor Sword, and then if they show and tell, I can put Meteor Sword in and blow up whatever it is they're putting in. But if that's Atraxa, they still get a lot of stuff. Yeah, I think that's correct though, is to make them have that. They're playing so passively. Yeah. Oh, this is great. This is great because it's kind of like stack interaction. I'm going to go ahead and come across. If they try to remove her with a plow, then I'll know we're up against a fair deck. And the telltale sign of a fair deck is they actually interact with you instead of just hiding behind a bunch of counter spells and stuff. Let's go ahead and try this. And it's definitely going to be Meteor Sword here. But if they're up on what Stoneblade is capable of now with Meteor Sword, they may stifle this or force it. Ong can importantly push, an Emrakul or something out of play But it's not very good against Atraxa. It's actually not very good against Emrakul either because they... Yeah, I think we're going to die. I think we're going to die, fam. That sucks. Yeah, I bet you they're just going to show and tell next turn. So disappointing. Mountain. Okay, so they're on Sneak and Show. Options. 1, we just attack and then we have Ong to push the spell out of the way to buy us a turn cycle, and then we desperately dig for a force so we can force it when they cast it a second time. I think that's where we need to be. And I'm just gonna call him Ong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sick of trying to like say Ang. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, and yeah, very Sneak and Show vibe here. Hopefully they don't have a Pyroblast on top of everything else. There's the Veil mana. So I can just I don't think it's good. They've got the freaking Pyroblast. But why would they be playing main deck Pyroblast? Is that a thing? Do people do that? I think I'm going to brainstorm and see if they pyro it, and then I can also clue. I can actually clue first. And hopefully this is just Atraxa. Solitude's actually really good. Solitude's actually really good. I'm going to still try to fight it. I'll flip my Tamio. Okay, so we didn't get there, unfortunately. I want to shuffle away this land. I'll draw Fabled Passage next turn, I guess. All right. So I think I put in Ong, and then I can Solitude as well. When Ong enters everybody up to 1. Okay, nothing to target here. All right, well, that's awkward. So Sneak Attack is the card. Okay, and that makes sense. They wouldn't have main deck Pyro. So if they Emrakul here, I can take it out with Solitude. They're down to 2 cards. Hopefully it's Emrakul. Emrakul. All right. They have 1 mana. They have 0 mana. You're about to gain 15 life. You should feel grateful. Don't daze me, bro. All right. So now we just have a very arduous task ahead of us. There's no way we can remove this. They've got 32 life. All right. Fabled Passage. I'm going to go ahead and Fabled Passage for an island first because I know my top card is Chaff. It's just another land. Let's get an island. I'm going to ponder. I mean, like, what am I even looking for? I think I need to brainstorm and try to find another Solitude, frankly, because any Emrakul, I'm dead. Okay, Plow's a good start. Pre-war doesn't do anything here. Wait, pre-war gets back Stoneforge. Pre-war gets back Stoneforge, which gets the card. Okay, and it also shuffles away Felia, which probably isn't useful. Plow, which may not be useful, but it's probably more useful than a Ponder. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and pre-war. So they basically just have like 1 turn if they don't have another threat in hand to get it before I just blow it up. This deck is incredibly flexible. Like, I'm really impressed with it. So if they have Emrakul, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 permanents. So what we could do is we lose everything except for 2 lands and a Stoneforge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 2 lands and a Stoneforge, and then we can put in Meteor Sword and clear this, and then they have to draw 2 things. So I will attack them because like it doesn't really matter if I block an Emrakul. Oh no, I freaking clicked through it. I was sorry, my excellent friends. That would have been 2 extra damage. That was a punt. But now I guess we can block, you know, if they have it. Please don't have it. Please do not have it. They're paying costs. Okay. If this is Emrakul, that is sad, but it's Atraxa, which is not as bad. But they're likely going to find more stuff to put in here. Wait a second. I don't see an Emrakul. I see Yggdrasil, which always reminds me of Clearsil. Like the stuff that people would put on their acne back in the 90s. Yggdrasil? I don't know. I'm silly. Okay, they took a force. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look here. I don't care about taking the damage. So the cards they took are Scalding Tarn, Force of Will, Stock Up. Okay. Yggdrasil is fine. They don't have anything in their graveyard, so they can start exiling the top. That is another thing that I need to go after. Wait. Yeah, they don't have any creatures in their graveyard. They are attacking Tamio. I think I do block here just to save Tamio. I think she's worth more. So again, let's just double check. I just want to get the data straight here. So Tarn, Yggdrasil is already out, and they took a stock up and a force. Okay. So I am going to hit the sneak attack, I think. Let's go ahead and block here. They gain 6. Their life total is astronomical. So we don't have perfect information. They have 1 unknown in hand. Okay, land is fine. I think what I want to do here is start with a ponder. See what we can find. We need to find the Riddler and Felia combo. I can riddle. I can't do it all in the same turn cycle though. I will take these though. So I can go ahead and attack them, and I can wait until they use Yggdrasil and the end step, because you have to tap. Yeah, they're going to use it in the end step, and that'll help me decide whether I need to hit the sneak attack or the. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and plus here. Gosh, this is a chess game for sure. Boxing chess. What's it going to be, opponent? And I need to set the stop just in case they pass through, so they don't get the... They can activate this at any time. Yeah, I think they're going to activate this, and I'll see what they put. Fetching. They're going to surveil. So this... All right, they're going to activate, I believe. Right? You just tap it. Exile 3 cards. There's the Emrakul, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this now, so they can't Emrakul me next turn. Wait a second. Yeah, I need to do this now. And now they could stock up to find a sneak attack or something to put in with sneak attack. I think they're likely to find it. I do have a plow to protect my Tamio, but they might find 2 threats. Gosh, this is terrifying. Stock up. Nothing I can do about it. Hand is force. 1 unknown. 2 unknowns. They could potentially put 2 threats in here if they find them. I can only plow 1. And then they'll have a full grip again. I can still survive an Emrakul strike, but it won't be pretty. It's actually not clear how I would advance from there. Like, I need to find a Solitude. That's the only thing I can do at this point to take out Emrakul. Well, Felia lets me blink Meteor Sword, and Meteor Sword will kill it. Yeah, actually, dude, I just need to survive 1 turn, and then Felia, assuming they don't force, which they are going to force here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this, and then they should force. I think I just got incredibly lucky there. Because if they let this go, then this hits Meteor Sword. Meteor Sword hits their sneak attack. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. But I am happy that that is the case. I'm going to go ahead and do this now. I don't know what is going on. They have a force in hand. Okay, they're forcing that. Let's go to combat. Attack all. We will blink this sword. They may have like a consign or something. They take 5. I'll plus here. I have a card on top of my deck. I can't remember what it is. I think it's something like just a cantrip or something. I'll pass. The sword's going to come back. I love like the flavor of the Meteor Sword falling and taking something out. It reminds me of the story of like the lady who, like, a meteor fell on her car. Meteorite. But like, even though it destroyed her car, it was worth so much that she was able to buy a new car. She had, like, because it landed on her property, she technically owned it. Show and tell. We fought so hard, folks. There's nothing I can draw here. Well, I could draw a... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Why not? Okay, Tamio. I could put a Tamio in just to have a permanent. I think I should. Because if they Emrakul me, I need to... Okay, Omniscience. Do you have the Emrakul? You have the Emrakul and you get an extra turn. But, like, I'm not necessarily dead. What do I let get annihilated here? This is the hardest question. Because I think I take the 15. They could just cast more stuff after this. I have to draw half my deck so I can find a thing. And then I have to clear this. So I think I need to keep Meteor Sword, Felia, and Tamio. And then I can blow this up. And I want to have land. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll sacrifice everything but 2 lands. And I'll take 15. Because I can't allow this to attack again. So, like, I'm dead if it attacks again anyway, because I'll lose the rest of my permanents. So I'll take 14, actually. Thanks, Tamio. Oh, wait, is she attacking that? Okay, then I do have to block. So I will sack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I hate to say it, but I think I have to sacrifice this, too. And then I block with Tamio. And I still have Plow up if they have like a Traxa, but they're going to draw so many cards. So this will kill this. Another Omniscience. That's fine. I wasn't going to go after your Omniscience anyway. I'm going to go after this thing that's about to kill me. So let's draw half our deck. And then we have Solitude. I can Meteor Sword and start blowing these away. I think that is actually better. Gosh, this is a game for the ages, my friends. I think their hand is just Force. So I think they actually maybe punted playing out the Solitude. Let's see. So first things first, I am going to go ahead and Solitude here. While they don't have a... Well, they can cast... Oh, no. Oh, no. They can cast the Force out for, like... They actually have 5 mana, too. I don't want to run out of time. Let's think about this. I think... Yeah, I Meteor Sword and blow this up. They are going to definitely stop my Solitude here. I'll just pitch one of these plows here. These here are plows. You have a Force. Go ahead and use it. Oh, you're not going to use it? Okay. Well, that's fine. I thought you still had a Force. You got a lot of life. Okay. I guess I could just Force right back. It's not like Omniscience makes the cards uncounterable. Okay. Now we'll just attack. I'll hit them, and I'll blink the Meteor Sword. Meteor Sword is going to come back and take out one of the Omnis in a moment. I will play out Stoneforge. Does that get anything left in my deck? It doesn't. It's just a creature, but it doesn't. I guess I could also warp. I think I just keep my mana up. Yeah, because I have 2 Force effects. Yeah, I'll just keep my mana up in case I need a plow desperately. And we'll take out the first Omni. Okay, Velia is getting stronger. After I take out the Omnis, then I start bringing in Riddlers. It doesn't matter what they draw as long as it's not Emrakul, because I can counter everything else. They scooped. Holy guacamole, can you believe we won that game? Oh my goodness. All right, so Force Negation, get in the deck. Consign does stop. Like, I didn't see One Ring. Dress Down is very good against Show and Tell. It doesn't stop the cast trigger on Emrakul, but you can put it in. If it's anything other than Emrakul, it's pretty good. Obviously, like, we do have the Solitudes for Emrakul, and I think I'm going to take out Pre-War. I don't want to take out too many white cards because, like, Solitude was absolutely MVP there. But I guess I have enough white cards. I want to keep Stoneforge Package in because Meteor Sword was legit. I feel like this deck is so much better than the Dragon deck. It's not even funny. Like, that deck 5-0, this deck is just like 5-0ing so hard. Hopefully. We still have to win another game. Gosh, it feels so incredible. This is like... Just in terms of raw power, this is the highest power level no reserve list deck I've ever played, I believe. And I've played a lot. I've got like 50 plus videos. We can cut a land on the draw. They're not going after our lands at all. I'll cut the worst land, Fabled Passage. I mean, everything's pretty good against them. Maybe we don't need all the dress downs, but I think we do want it. Oh, this is the one. This is the one I want to win. I want a second trophy in one day. That would be a first for me. I know that, Joyful Waffle got 3 in one day. And we have that video where he goes through exactly how everything happened. That'd be a dream come true for me. I mean, Cryptic Coat is probably the least important. But I'll just cut a Stoneforge since I cut the Pre-War. Let's do it. Pre-War is actually pretty good because they counter, like, Velia. Like, everything came together there. We drew some air, but for the most part, like, the cards we drew were really clutch. They did have a lot of non-basics, but I just don't believe in back to basics in this matchup. They're going to have Pyroblasts. This is a turn 1 Tomio hand. No stack interaction. They're keeping 7. I feel like we can do better. If they do go for an early dress down, or if they do go for and I have Solitude to cover. I think I'm going to keep it. Like, it's probably ill-advised, but we have turn 1 Tomio. That does a lot here. I mean, it won the game for us last game, but like several cards kind of conspired to win the game for us. Come on, land. All right, that's fine. Again, like, Solitude not costing mana is such a huge deal. People think it's like, oh, it's just like a 1 mana effect. Like, do you really want to spend 2 mana on a 1 mana effect? Yeah, Plow, one of the greatest 1 mana effects in the history of Magic. Okay. Fetching. Carpet would be something they could do here. Squelcher is annoying, but I can kill him if I need to. I can also dress down to take away his ability. So I'm going to flip here. Yeah, Solitude's so insane. Well, I do need to flip. Let's attack first. Let's be reasoned. keep our wits about us, attack, get our clue. These clues are insulation against Annihilator. I'm sure that's what they thought in the future. Like they're going to be these creatures that help buttress you against Annihilator. Okay, if I brick, it's really tragic. Don't brick here. Okay, we didn't brick. So I think I want the second Solitude. I don't need 2 Riddlers. Probably don't need another Brainstorm. Yeah, I'll just shuffle these away. I'm trying to find Force here. This card is kind of annoying in that it like slows the ascent of my Tamiyo. I might just wait and see what they do and Solitude it if they try to do something crazy on the stack. If they just go to combat, I think I just Solitude. The real question is, do I Solitude pitching Ong? Stock up is fine. They're representing Veil as well as Pyroblast. Like just the most hateful. Like this deck is really just like an anti-blue deck. Like it plays blue itself, but it preys upon blue decks. That's what it does. It is the worst matchup for blue decks like mine. And the only thing that's like saving me is the fact that I also have Solitude. Carpet, that's not too consequential. It's just 1 mana turn cycle. I'm not going to worry about that. Not that I can do anything about it. All right. Well, I'm just going to max the loyalty here. I'll let them gain 1 less life. Yeah. So, I mean, technically Ong doesn't counter stuff, but yeah, I'm just going to pitch the Ong here and I'll pay the 2 life. It's fine. They're tapped out. They have to force this. They're thinking about it. So I think they do have a force, unfortunately. That's fine. All right. Tamiyo takes 1. They get mana. All right. I'm just going to go to my upkeep and fetch. We are looking for another white card for Solitude. We have plains here. Another plains. That's actually good here. What a plus. Do I want to Riddler here? I think I just want to hold up Brainstorm in mana. I can crack a clue if I need to try to find white. Yeah. And you can't like dress down into Riddler, by the way. Like the warp is not seen. It's like part of the casting thing. So just in case anybody's wondering if that's a possibility, that's not. They could also have like 1 ring in there. We saw Yggdrasil. I definitely considered bringing Consigns, but it didn't feel right. They've got a ton of mana. They can actually, they're very close to just casting Emrakul. Or not Emrakul, but Atraxa. They would need like 1 more color. Actually, that's not true because red is not in the Emrakul casting cost. All right, so options. I think we just put in Dress Down. We could put in Riddler and get a card. They've got red floating. They could hit the Dress Down and... I do feel like we should Brainstorm and they'll probably respond to that. Okay, Solitude. We'll shuffle that away. Gosh, now we can't Dress Down though, unfortunately. We could put Riddler in. We draw a card, which is not very good. If they have Emrakul, we can just take... Yeah, I think I'll just Solitude the Emrakul if they have it. So I do think I'll put in the Riddler. Okay. Let's do this. I'll put in Riddler. I get a card. They put in Sneak Attack. Interesting. Are they going to Pyro now? No, they're just going to Sneak Attack now. They have the mana already floating to do so. That is fine. Okay, Traxa. Do I want them to gain life? Because I can Solitude now. I don't think it really matters. But they're going to attack my Tamiyo. They'll attack me for 7 and gain 7. They'll gain 6, actually. I think we just let it go. So they found Sneak Attack. They didn't find a second creature that they can use. They could put another Emrakul. Oh, wait, they did find Emrakul. Yeah, so I think they're probably going to Emrakul, and then I could just take away the haste from Emrakul, and then they both die. No, I can't take away the haste because I don't have blue. Yuck. All right, well, I'll just... do they get Sneak Attack, Emrakul, Yggdrasil, and a Braid? Okay, so I have to kill Emrakul here. Okay, so I get a card. Okay, and now we just have to do this, unfortunately. To the Emrakul or we're dead. They gain just tons of life. Do they have a force as well? I have a land on top of my deck. I will pay the 2 life. Okay, and now I believe they're going to successfully kill Tamiyo here. Is probably what they're going to try to do. They can't attack with Hexing Squelcher. So their hand is Mountain, Yggdrasil, a Braid. This is attacking Tamiyo. I think it's worth just throwing this in front of it. She's probably more useful than Riddler. Is she? I'm actually going to let her die, I think. Yeah, it's sad. She's helped. She created a clue, which I'll use right now. Okay, so this trigger happens. They lose that creature. Okay, I'm going to draw with my mana. I'll draw a land. It's not very good, but just gets closer. I was going to draw it anyway. Okay, Stoneforge Mystic. This is good. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to play this out. I'm just going to use my white mana, Stoneforge. I am going to go get the sword, and I'm going to attack. I have to get their life down somehow, and they can attack me back, and it's fine. I am within range. I think next turn they probably just play Yggdrasil. I could blow it up if they put something good under it. This is a crazy matchup. See if they use this, because then I can fetch. I'm worried about my clock, but my opponent's low on the clock too, but they can just win really quickly, and I can't. They use the carpet, so now I can fetch, and I can put a dress down in if I need to. It's fine. This is terrifying. So if they sneak attack with the activation, I will dress down in response. And then they just don't do it for the rest of the turn, I think. Please don't have it. Like, there are a few decks that can work through this much nonsense. I'm very proud of our deck for fighting as hard as it does. There's Yggdrasil, the Fresh Maker. All right. They get, oh, damn. Yeah, they can pay 4 and activate it. They don't have 4. But I am going to need to blow this up instead of the sneak attack, unfortunately. Fetching. They're going to braid our creature, unfortunately. Yeah, I didn't think about that. So now Meteor Sword rots in our hand. Yeah, that works. They come in for 2. Or not. Well, I think we're drawing wild here. How are we going to get rid of this? There's no way. Riddler. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll just dress down when they activate this. So the effect goes on the stack. I should be able to dress down. Do I want to go ahead and riddle here? I think I do. I'm going to go get a plains just to control the amount of mana they're going to get here. Let's go ahead and riddle first. I can't do anything this turn other than maybe a plow. Okay, force negation is not terrible. It doesn't affect anything right now, but with dress down, it might do something. We're going to take the damage. Tons of mana. They are going to put it into play, and it's not going to have any abilities because the dress down, they have to choose to do that, I believe. It's not like a you may, it's like a you have to put it into play, I believe. And then they just have a giant blocker for a turn cycle. Wait, is it permanent? It doesn't get exiled. It just stays there. Yeah, they can only activate it as a sorcery. All right, so we'll just go ahead and do this. Do you have the Pyroblast or the Force? We can go to the next game if you do. Brainstorm. They could just sneak attack here. They probably have a win lined up next turn. I mean, they've got a giant body that'll protect them indefinitely. I have to find a Solitude now. I don't have Plow on my deck because basically the game's not supposed to get to this point. We're losing. Wait, how does it have haste? How does it have haste if it takes away all the abilities? It's ridiculous. Okay, well, whatever. I guess I misunderstood the rules, but it doesn't really matter. They didn't get the trigger at least. Okay. So if we find a Solitude, I'm just going to hardcast it. Okay. I'm 1 mana away from Meteor Sorting. I'm just going to do this, and that's the best I can do. Hopefully they fight, and then I'll just do it. Like, they're burning clock as well, and I'm kind of catching up a little bit because I'm in garbage time. That would be so good if it were something I could cast, but I can't. So I can't double block this and lose its Death Touch, lose everything. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Because I just, it's unlikely I'm going to clear this. And I don't want them to gain even more life. They can start using Yggdrasil some more. I can't F6 because, actually I should F6 because Hexing Squelcher prevents me from doing anything here. So I will F6. Just save some time. They've got 8 I win the game cards in their deck, and they're just trying to find them. And the Emrakuls get shuffled back in. Yeah, they've got 5 left in their deck. So I fully expect them to find one. They're really making me work for this trophy in the final round. My goodness, what a horrific matchup. I genuinely think this is one of the worst matchups for us. Yeah, there's the Emrakul. All right, good game. I'll actually make them put the Annihilator trigger on the stack and do all that stuff just to get some clock. Because I don't want them to have time to think. Okay, so we'll concede. Okay, so I do think Back to Basics might be okay here, but I don't think they're going to give us any room. The force negations were good. Was there anything that was bad about what we were doing? Not really. I'm worried about mana if I don't include this. There is a rationale for keeping consign in, but people always overboard consign because they underestimate like the value of the cards they're taking out. Like Cryptic Coat obviously doesn't do anything, but it is a blue card, and it's a blue card we can get off Stoneforge to pair with one of our force effects. I think I'm just going to run it back. Yeah, it's too hard to justify bringing in Plow when it's cleanup duty, you know? All right, let's try. And we can still, ang around. Oh, this is a good hand. Yeah, I'll just keep this and I'll try to get like a quick sword, Meteor Sword, blow up one of their lands, blow up something. Like once it's in my hand, they can't show and tell anymore. They can, but it's like less good. Yeah, I'll keep this for sure. I think I'm going to just turn one, go ahead and ponder for momentum because I'm looking for Felia. We're going to try to trap them. They have like lots of non-land mana sources here. I mean, these are good cards. I can't in good conscience put these back. Dress Down is good. Like I think Ong is probably the weakest of these. So I'll Tomio next turn. No, I don't really want a Tomio. I'll just go like that. And then I have a second Dress Down to force with. But I do think I need a Stoneforge next turn. So I'll take the Tomio and I'll Stoneforge, and then I'll just have a blue card in hand for later. I really would like to have Ong because it's good against the... it's not good, but it's not atrocious against Hexing Squelcher, which is just yet another slap in the face of blue mages. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this. I'm not going to wait around. I will force this through because I do believe it's going to be important. And they may have a way to stop it. Am I going to force this through? I don't think that's correct. Like, part of me is freaking out about Hexing Squelcher knowing it's going to be absolutely insane against our deck. But I don't want to lose my wits about me and start forcing to get a creature through against the freaking combo deck. Like I need these forces, or this force. Hopefully I'll draw another one soon. Hopefully it'll be like a plurality of forces. They're thinking about it, and they're thinking hard and burning up clock. Okay, it's in. So yes, I would like to go get the thing. And if you have the thing that blows this up is a 2-for-1, and I'll just put the Meteor Sword in later off of a show and tell. Valk, fetching. This could be Squelcher. I will actually rain down on Squelcher. Screw him. I do not like that card. I've played with him, and it's an icky card. I felt dirty. I had to take a shower afterward. There he is. I can't do anything about you. All right, well, the question is, do we kill that knowing that we have Dress Down in the bank? Yeah, I'm just going to kill it now. Kill it with fire. I've got other things to do. I'll just put it in. They may have a backup one. I would love to go to the lands, but this is a hair on fire problem. So I will pay the life. Okay, it's gone. And I'm going to go ahead and just get an island and Tommy for momentum. 5 minutes on the clock. I can equip this and start beating them down. That's like the +3/+3 is not like flavor text. It comes up a lot. I think it may have come up in this league already. Gosh, they have freaking Veil too. Okay, good. I'm going to force it. I'll pitch a... Do you have the Veil? Please don't have the Veil. They're forcing back. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just glad they didn't have Veil. So hopefully it's... I think they play 4 Emrakul and 4... man, I punted like I was about to trophy yesterday, and I choked so hard. And you've probably already seen the video, and you're probably just like seething with rage that I choked so hard. It was pathetic. I'm just hoping not to repeat that. Like I'm so self-conscious of my play. My goodness. I know these are adverse matchups, but I still want to win. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and attack with both, and then I'm gonna brainstorm and hopefully find one of my many force effects. They are using their life total as a resource. Just keep it clear head, be excellent. They've got that ancient tomb over there. It is doing damage to them. This makes things a little bit safer, doesn't it? I don't need the second Stoneforge. I don't need the second Tommy. So I'll play that out. I'll draw. And then next turn I can reroll a force. Play out my land for turn. I'm just going to pass with Solitude and Dress Down up. But I do need to find a white card. So I'll fetch, and hopefully I'll find a white card. The odds are not high. Actually, wait, do I have a white card on top? I screwed up. I should have freaking hung on to the thing just in case. Yeah, they're at 4 minutes and 30 seconds too, but they don't have to do 20 damage. They just have to get me to concede to their insane monsters. Come on, stay positive. Always look on the bright side of life. Let's do this. Come on. Okay, they're doing more damage to themselves. Okay. I can't interact. Don't have the pedal, please. Okay. All right, there's still hope. I don't need that white card on the top. I'm just going to fetch. Like, whatever this is, Dress Down deals with it. Let's go ahead and draw a card. I'm just trying not to get too many blue cards out just in case. Now we redraw. Oh, that's actually pretty sweet. Ponder, I think, is what we need to do here. I don't have the luxury of regrowing a force, unfortunately. I think I just need a plus and I'll attack. And then I've got double Dress Down in case they have stack interaction. Yeah, this is going to be a slow freaking path to victory, but it's possible that like Dress Down into, we'll draw a card and maybe we'll it's not going to do anything there. It gains haste. Does it gain haste from this? Like, I don't understand how Dress Down works. Shouldn't Dress Down strip the freaking haste off of a sneak attack creature? I'm going to be so pissed if it doesn't. I'm like, come on, Dress Down. This should just strip the freaking haste, right? It gains haste, but then it doesn't have any abilities. I still am like tilted because like I don't understand how Yggdrasil gave it haste. Like there's some fundamental rules misunderstanding, and I don't have time to process because I'm like seriously clocked here. Come on, just force it, and then I'll play the other one. And then, okay, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. And now, let's go ahead and do the other one. Okay, we get a card. You may put, so they can just not do it here. So if they do have something to put in, if they know better than I, and they would because they play this deck, they may know like, oh yeah, I get the haste anyway. So my Emrakul destroys you. Okay, they opt not to do it. They can do it in the end step, but it gets exiled at the beginning of the next end step, so that would include mine. So they could like snap my creature by just putting something in here. Ong, you're so good. I kind of want to brainstorm here just to try to find a land and move forward. Let's see, ponder. Gosh, I have to think hard and fast. I think I do come across for one. It does have an impact on their life total. Gosh, Ong is not good enough, unfortunately, and they're going to get a ton of life. But ultimate, can I win? I think I just chill with the emergency brainstorm rather than ponder now, just in case. Like, I don't know what's going to happen here. Freaking out here. Just put the Emrakul in. Don't put the Atraxa in. Okay. Let's give you a bunch of life, friend. Please don't have yet another interaction spell. Please don't have yet another threat. We are at the beginning of combat, so I think it's too late for them to put stuff in. I fought so hard for this. GG! Is that for real? GG? My opponent is so chill, they're not going to make me freaking play out the Tomio minigame. Oh my goodness. Trophy number 2! Trophy number 2 in the same freaking day. It's February and it's Christmas. I cannot believe that. My opponent was so chill. So chill of not making me not to play that out. Those were incredible games. I may have sounded a little salty, just the sheer brokenness and like, ideationness of Emrakul and Atraxa and stuff, but like it's fair, always fair, right? Other than Oops, and we beat Oops too. That's trophy number 2 in the same freaking day. This is way better than the other build. Like, don't play the other build. Play this. Stoneforge was insane. This is by far the best Stoneforge deck I've ever played. Thalia makes Stoneforge so much better. Meteor Sword is incredible right now with show and tell in the meta. And it was just doing insane stuff the entire time. When this came out, I was like, it seems kind of Timmy. Like 7 mana, it sounds like it's going to get stuck in your hand. You know what? You'll draw other Stoneforges, right? And then suddenly it'll be live again. I don't know what else to say. Like, I think I probably say this a lot, but this is the deck that I am the most proud of brewing. Like I know that I have lots of decks that like are I'm sounding very immodest here, but like the Bobble deck, the Bobble and Planisphere and Talent, basically the blue prowess deck, which is really fun to play, and I'm really proud of that too. And of course, recently, just last week, the black red burn, we saw it like culminate, like it trophied, and then I've just been destroying with it. It's been so fun. I need to get another trophy with it. I'm gonna record in Japanese with that deck. But like, holy cow, this is such oh, by the way, I have a Japanese channel. If you're a Japanese speaker and you watch this far, it's only got like 3 leagues on there, but there's a really good Merfolk one where I just destroy people with Merfolk. This Meteor Sword, I love it. Like, this is the tech that Stoneforge needed. I mean, like, Vindicate on a freaking artifact. Let's talk about what didn't really matter. The prismatic ending was good. I think it came in once or twice. We never got to back to basics somebody. Did we? I think we might have, but that might have been the previous league. I think this is good enough, but you don't necessarily need this. The thing is, freaking just having like unimpeachable mana all the time is sick. Like this mana base is totally fine. Fabled Passage, like, oh, okay, well, I'll just make sure this is like my 4th or later fetch. I mean, it's low price to just have really reliable mana. And don't underestimate the benefit of having fetches 9 and 10 when you're on no duels. Like, it really is necessary. I've tried so hard, so many times to play just 8 fetches and all duels, or 8 fetches and, like, I don't know, 10, 11 basics, and it doesn't work. This is plenty of basics. Even after getting Atraxid or Emrakul, I think we still had enough basics left in the game to close. Ong or Ang, he's just been insane. Like, we didn't even flip him. Like, he's just so good. I love him. And the fact that he pitches, like, this deck feels finished. I know that sounds crazy because it's the first league that I played with it, but like, it really does feel finished. Like, we did get Cryptic Coat on a couple times. We never got the army in a can, but let me tell you, like, I played a lot of Stoneblade back in the day, and boy, am I glad she's still good, because she is my favorite card in Magic the Gathering history. At one point, I was actually thinking about, like, creating, like, I think there's already a Discord around her, but like the world needs more Stoneforge Mystic. When Stoneforge Mystic can 5-0, things are going well in the world, right? In the legacy meta. Pre-war was of course insane. There was that one game where it got back Felia, and then Felia was able to blink the Meteor Sword, and I think we also, was it this round or previously, somebody managed to get like a germ token. When I said previously, the previous league, the one I recorded right before this, that also trophied. I'm going to publish these both, basically back to back. I'll publish one Friday and I'll publish one Monday. But basically, like, they got a germ token and they equipped pre-war, and they equipped, it was a Batterskull germ token. They got pre-war and they got Meteor Sword on it. And I like to call it Voltroning, because if you've ever seen the 80s cartoon Voltron, like, all the robots come together and they become like this insane superpowered robot. That was basically what they did. And I used to do it a lot with Batterskull and Caldra, and like GTA back in the day. Or I think I did it with, I don't know if I did it with Cryptic Coat. Cryptic Coat, actually, you can't equip on things, unfortunately. It's an equipment, but like, you can't actually equip it to anything. It just equips when it comes into play, sadly. I also had one opponent did a really heads up play on my Cryptic Coat where they put in, it might have been this league, where they put in Containment Priest. I'm sorry, like, I've played a lot of Magic today. I played 8 rounds, which is a lot for me when I'm on a control deck. I realized that, Joyful Waffle is, half my age, and he's just some college student or recent college graduate who can play 3 leagues in 24 hours and trophy them all. But this is like a huge milestone for me. I want to thank you for coming along with me on the journey. Somebody pointed out my videos are really long, and I'm editing them maximally. I just talk a lot more than everybody else. Like, my software will cut me off after like 0.7 seconds after I finish talking. It clips it, and then 0.3 seconds before I start talking. So it's basically like 1 second of buffer in between me saying things. So I just say a lot. I don't know what else to tell you. Also, the decks, like, there's a lot to remark on. Like, a lot of people have told me that they don't actually watch my videos. They listen to them while they're driving, which sounds dangerous, but no. If they're like a long haul trucker or something like that, like, I make a very careful point, and this is something I've noticed a lot of other creators do a really good job of saying, like, exactly what is happening. Like, I'm kind of like trying to commentate to where even if you're visually impaired, you can still appreciate and enjoy what I'm doing. Or if you just don't have the ability to use your eyes because you're driving or you're doing dishes or something like that. So that is another reason why my videos are long, because I like try to articulate literally everything that happens and literally every idea that enters into my mind. So if you're enjoying that format, like, there's not really anything I can do about it. It's one thing. Like, somebody was just like, make shorter videos. And I'm like, sorry, I can't. I would have to actually change my personality and my style. And I'm not going to do that just to try to conform to people's lunch hours. Like, here's my tip. Watch on double speed. If you're a native English speaker, you should be able to watch on double speed. I've been using double speed everything for like 20 years. All my podcasts, all my YouTube, everything. You get the same amount of information. You're reading books twice as fast as you're hearing information from somebody's mouth anyway. So your brain can absolutely process it. It just takes a while to get used to it. So that is my, like, I guess resolution for you. Like, I know 2026 is full underway, but like, I think you'll save so much time and you'll benefit so much if you do invest the time to get used to listening things at double speed. And then my 2-hour video becomes 1-hour video, and it'll be way more interesting and jam-packed. There is no filler in my videos. There are no sponsorships. There's no, like, occasionally I'll share anecdotes about like my family or my day-to-day life where I'm just waiting around for the Doomsday opponent to make a pile or the oops all spells to finish doing their laundry and get back over to their computer. But in general, I try to keep this as information dense as possible. And also note that I don't swear for the most part. I'll say damn and ass and stuff like that. My argument is those are in the Bible. So like everybody's already got access to those words anyway. But I don't generally say anything that I don't think kids should hear. Like there's plenty of like Magic the Gathering lingo and stuff that I could be saying that I try not to say just because I don't want to corrupt your kids inadvertently. I don't want you to feel cognizant of kids. Like my kids come in and they just read their books and hang out in the room while I'm playing, and it's totally fine for me. So I hope that like everything is age appropriate for your kids. It's not hard to do that. The other thing I'll say that I'm very proud of is that like these decks are accessible to people that don't have, you know, like that aren't like 40-year-old lawyers, you know, like there are a lot of people out there who have student debt who would like to play Legacy, but like it's very rare that I meet young people playing Legacy because it's so cost prohibitive. And I want to change that. I believe in this format. This is my favorite format. I would be like, I'd probably just quit Magic if like they disbanded Legacy. I'm not interested in playing Modern without Wasteland and without Force of Will. I think it's, I think like there are too many important cards that make Magic like a low variance game. Like it is a high variance game innately, but you know, we saw how many times Brainstorm saved us and gave us 3 fresh cards when we were like flooded, right? We saw how many times we were able to put back some equipment we didn't need that we'd gotten off Stoneforge with Brainstorm, right? Like these are very important cards. I think it's very important that you be able to, like in Legacy, when you're dealing with Atraxa stuff, that you be able to actually remove creatures for 1 white mana. That's pretty damn important, right? Because, you know, people are going to be cheating crazy things into play. And like, if you're having to spend 2 or 3 mana removing them, you're like so disadvantaged. Like, I don't even know how people play Control in other formats when they don't have these cards. Wasteland is an extremely important card. I would say it's probably the most important card in Legacy, other than Force of Will. It's not in this deck, but what we've done is like it is informing our deck design. Like everybody else's deck gets seriously hit in some way. Like even the Jeskai decks will play like 2 or 3 basics or 2 or 3 duels or Surveillance or Crocus or something. Like we just give Wasteland no quarter. That's a huge part of our deck design. And yeah, everybody, until next time, be excellent to each other and party on.